Self-sacrifice is not love. So many women have grown up in environments where they witnessed their mothers give pieces of themselves away in order to, quote unquote, sustain the status quo and keep the peace, quote unquote, keep the peace and sustain the status quo of what is. So they normalized in their way what the father is like. So they put him in a box and then he gets to stay in that box, and we tiptoe around what that person is like because it's just how they are. So that's just one example, because mothers do this on a number of different ways with their children as well. So how many times do you hear, I couldn't do that because I had to do this for my kid, or I couldn't buy that thing that I really wanted because I had to do this thing for my kid and buy this thing for my kid. So what we learn growing up, modeled to us, this is why modeling is so powerful, is because we learn that self-sacrifice equals love. So when you love someone, you give up parts of yourself in order to see them be better. Now, I don't live my life that way, and I have no sense inside of me that that is a loving thing to do. Because inside of me, if I am giving up pieces of myself for another, what I'm also modeling to that other is how to keep giving up pieces of themselves for another. So the gift that keeps on giving is self-sacrifice, generation after generation after generation, over and over and over. And then the question becomes, is that how you want your children to live? Is that the gift that you want to pass along to the next generation? So presupposing that you care about the next generation, I would think that that is not what you want them to, that's not what you want them to do. So if that's not what you want them to do, then you might want to take a pause inside yourself and drop your attention to the base of your spine, deep, deep, deep in your belly, where your first chakra might be located. So to your safety, and let your body give you the information that you need around, is this what you want for the future? And is this what you want for yourself? And if it isn't, still keeping your attention at the base of your spine, let your body inform you of what are the choices that you must make in order to become more aware. So in order to make different choices, you got to become aware that, one, you're doing the thing, so paying attention that you're doing the thing. Two, that it is a strategy. Self-sacrificing, aka living a boundaryless life, is a habit. So it is a strategy that you have learned somewhere along the way, probably before you were able to actually put language to it, so before the age of 2. You would have learned that that is what love looks like. And so if you love your family, then you will put yourself all the way at the very end. So you will do all the things for other people before you do them for yourself. So if you're noticing that you're doing it, and if you notice that it's a strategy, and it may have been an intelligent strategy, it was when you were, 4. However, you are now no longer 4 if you're listening to this. So as the adult woman that you have now become, it might be intelligent for you to begin to question, what are your beliefs around this notion of self-sacrifice? Where did you learn those beliefs? And do they continue to be true for you? Do they continue to have value for you? And if so, how? What is that value that it brings to your life? And if not, what's getting in the way of you pattern interrupting that type of strategy and those behaviors so that you discover what else you might choose? Because I'm here to tell you that you have a choice. You could make a vastly different choice, and you cannot make a choice from the past or from the future. You can only make a congruent choice in the moment that you're in. And if in the moment that you're in, you're not present, you're not paying attention, you're not questioning the process within which the behavior is unfolding, then all you've got is a template, a recipe for repetition of history, repetition of that which you no longer want, a repetition of that which no longer serves you, and then all the stuff that comes with it, the guilt and the shame and the humiliation that we know really well how to beat ourselves up. It's almost as if they taught us how to do that. All cultures everywhere worldwide. It's almost as if they did that, but that's for another video, another time. So for now, I encourage you, if it's meaningful for you to no longer live your life in self-sacrifice, just begin to pay attention. Where does that show up for you? And what are the stories that you tell yourself around why you have to, why you must, why it's meaningful for you? Because that begins to actually bring your attention to the moment that you're in. It begins to give you more awareness of what's going on. And then as you get more awareness of what's going on, you begin to pattern interrupt the process. So, and that's where transformation happens, right? It's in the moment of the noticing, and interrupting with a simple stop. Breathe to the base of your spine and notice. That is the pattern interrupt from the habit. That is that 30-second pause that Louise Lebrun has written about. I will post a link to that below. So that's the difference between mindful engaging and habit. 30 seconds. You no longer have to live your life self-sacrificing, and you sure do not have to lie to yourself any longer that it is something that is noble. It is not. But it is habituated.